morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the October 17th, 2023 special meeting of the Dearborn Heights City Council. Madam Clerk, can you please take, today, 5:02 p.m. Madam Clerk, can you please take roll call?
Yes. Dave Abdallah.
Here.
Zuhair Abdahak.
Here.
Hassan Ahmad.
Here.
Moby Dun.
Here.
Nancy Breyer.
Here.
Robert Constant.
Not yet.
Absent. Tom Wenzel.
Here.
Mr. Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next up is our Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance will be led by appointed Councilman Zuhair Abdul-Haq.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman. Next up on the agenda is agenda approval.
Council Chair,
Councilman.
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council approve the agenda of the special meeting of October 17th, 2023 as submitted.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Bedun and seconded by Councilwoman Breyer. Any discussion on that?
Council Chair,
Yes, Councilman?
God bless you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, any other discussion on that? All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. Next item on the agenda is public hearings and comments on agenda items only. Anybody in the audience that would like to comment?
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I don't think there's anybody in the audience that wants to comment.
No, not official, okay. Anybody on Zoom that would like to comment?
Councilman Ahmad and our honorable clerk are the only ones on Zoom today.
All
Council
right,
Chair.
sounds good too. All right, seeing none, I don't see anybody. Okay. Next up on the agenda is members of the public. Any comments from council members? Okay, any?
Council Chair, I know it's not on the agenda, but with what's going on in the Middle East and the killing of 700-800 people in a hospital today, I want the city council to send a letter to the President of the United States to take neutral position and to help everybody to reach peace, lasting peace, because we cannot continue fighting 75 years and see killing every day. We have to send a letter, and I hope that you support me in this, and we'll write it together in a way that it's not biased toward anybody, and just to raise the voice of the residents who are having relatives and lost people from Palestinian origin or Lebanese origin or Arabic origin or Jewish origin, this has to stop. And we should raise our voice, and every city in the country should raise their voice one way or another just to stop this. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other comments from council members? All right, any announcements? All right,
Council Chair?
Yes.
I would just like to remind those that have requested an absentee voter ballot to return them. We have 3 weeks from today, and there will be the election. We're at about 37% return right now.
And they can be returned up to the day of the election.
They
right?
can, up until 8 o'clock that night.
And if they're in line at 8 o'clock, they can't be turned away, correct?
What's that? Right, they have to be in line at 8 o'clock. But we have the drop boxes, Justice Center, JFK Library. We have one here at City Hall and one connected to the building.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Next up is public comments. Anybody in the audience that would like to make a public comment?
Council Chair, I don't think we have anybody in the audience.
All right, next up is on Zoom. Anybody on Zoom that would like to make a comment? Seeing none? Okay, thank you. And next up, we have closed session, item 15A.
Councilman Ahmad's gonna read that one.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I motion that the Dearborn Heights City Council move to a closed session at 5:07 p.m. so that the city council may discuss the TPOIM labor negotiation, which may include Mayor Bezzi, Chief of Staff Hernandez, Human Resource Director Hazel, Hazel? Hazlet. Sorry about that. Corporation Councilor Farina and Comptroller King.
Second.
Support.
Okay, motion made by Councilman Ahmad and seconded by Councilman Abdul-Haq. Madam Clerk, can you please take roll call?
Dave Abdallah.
Yes.
Zuhair Abdahak.
Yes.
Hassan Ahmad.
Yes.
Moby Dun.
Yes.
Nancy Breyer.
Yes.
And Tom Wenzel.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you very much. So at this particular point, for those that are either coming on Zoom or in the audience, we'll be going into a closed session, more than likely gonna be anywhere between 20, 25 minutes to maybe 40 minutes. And then coming back to, close off the, closed session, and then adjourn, and then at that point, there'll be a study session on the Van Born corridor at 6 P.M. Thank you very much. Okay, we're back.
Council Chair,
Councilman, go ahead.
I move that the Dearborn Heights City Council open, session at 6:07 PM.
Okay, we're returning to an open session at 6:07 PM. Motion made by Councilman Baidoon.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Constant. Any discussion on that? Hearing none. All in favor, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Motion carried. Next item on the agenda, and for those on Zoom or even in the audience, we will be adjourning, and then we'll be starting our regular meeting, which is, I'm sorry, not regular meeting, a study
Council Chair?
session on, Van Born corridor.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
before we adjourn our meeting, our regular meeting, this will be our last meeting, hopefully, before our official meeting next week.
Correct.
I'd like to ask the council chair and the clerk not to include anything on our agenda packets from now on that, when items are asked to be paid for, that over $1,500 that don't have three bids. Our last meeting, we had, the IT department had two things on there, 4,000, 6,000, two things well over 1,500 that didn't have, just had one bid on them. Even if it's my deal, you know, our policy is to have three bids on all of our, items that are for our consideration.
I don't know if it's and I'm just going off, I don't know if it's a policy necessarily. I think it's just a preferred way of doing business.
Yeah, I pulled, and I can go after the meeting with you, I pulled the procurement internal control policy. According to the city charter, I have it under 2804, and I can give you a copy. We can go, if you have questions, just let me know, and I'll go through it with
Does
you.
it
Talks about the purchase of material, goods, supplies, and other things for the 1,500.
Right.
So I have a copy.
They require three bids, correct?
My deal is multi vendor bid, so it has more than three.
No, but I'm just trying to clarify. It's not an automatic thing. It's a preferred way of getting three bids. Am I correct?
It's in the charter.
That's what I'm trying to get a
Yeah,
clarification on.
It's, the charters are different amount.
Again, so there are specific portions of the charter that specify which items need bids. You can read that and go over it with Corporation Counsel. However, what I'm trying to clarify is that my deal is much more than three bids. It's the state bidding process, so it's all of the companies in the state that are bidding on those prices. So my deal is already a three bid and way more, so it is an acceptable use of a selection for a purchase.
I also think, Mariana, what the councilman is stating though, and we've actually looked it up, and a resident looked it up, my deal is not always the cheapest, and it's not always the best. And so I think what the councilman is stating is go up for three bids, including my deal.
I don't know what the rules of that would be under the charter. You might have to change what the policy says.
Mariana
Councilman?
or Roger, what happened if only one or two bids came in? You go bid again. Okay.
Okay, but also for the council members, just to clarify again, if you have 7 bids, 3 bids, 2 bids, or 1 bid, it's still at our discretion to say yes or no. So it's not automatically like canceled out. You can have triple the bids and still say, well,
Just to make sure
Yeah.
that we follow in the chart.
Right. okay. Any other discussion items? All right, next item is potential adjournment.
Council Chair,
Councilman?
I move to adjourn.
Okay,
Man, somebody messed with my chair, and it's just really messing me up.
okay. Move to adjourn, made by Councilman Baidoon, seconded by Councilman Abdul Haq. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor, please state aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, motion carried. We are adjourning at 6:11. We will start again at 6:13, 6:12, 6:13 with the presentation on the Van Born corridor.